Welcome back to Blackboard. Here we are on the home screen that you would have clicked into after going to My Units. We can just go back and you have a little look here. So we started here at My Units, clicked on your unit, and you would have landed on this home page. The home page may look a little bit like this when you arrived, and it's just a case of extending it by clicking on there. You'll see that there's, in here, it has the home, where we are, unit outline, weekly resources, assessment links, and survey. Just think of those as different pages. Think of this as one big website. It's probably the easiest way to think about it. So the home page is where we are at the moment. On each of these pages, you'll see this navigation bar. This is where you're going to develop your content and put up all your assignments, assessments, all those sorts of things, and where you can share a range of tools. I would say maybe this year just keep it a little bit simple, and then as you develop, maybe you can get more creative as you go. The people at Blackboard support 5295 are very helpful if you're on campus, as far as saying, hey, I really want to do this, can you talk me through it? So building content is as easy as we want to create an item. You might want to import a file that you already have, some audio, an image, a video, web link. You can import any of these sorts of things. Yeah. And you can create them on these are usually templates that are already there, and you can just fill them in and pop them in. Flickr photos, different mashups you might want to use, you can also put those in. For the moment, we're just going to keep it simple. So let's just look at an item, adding an item. On the home page, it's the landing page for all the students. So if you are one of those lecturers who think, oh, I'm just going to put everything on here, that's fine. Students just need to know where to get stuff, really, at the end of the day. The way that I work with my homepage is I know that they're going to land here first, so I've got my details, so there's never an excuse for I couldn't email you, couldn't contact you, and also it tells them about the time for their class, which is useful if they're starting a new unit that only goes for a few weeks. I also always put an image that's really clear about what the unit is, and I do this because I know that the students have got maybe 4 or 5 other units, and they're all loaded up on that home page, on that landing page. So if they click on it and they get the wrong one, they know immediately that they're on my unit, and hopefully that's where they want to be. So going back to building content, we're just going to go into item, and I'll show you how to build one of these. So usually the item will end up at the bottom, and you can then place it wherever you want on the page. So in here I'm just going to do welcome. I'm going to call it welcome to Blackboard, but you can call it whatever you want, obviously. You can change the colour of that. Let's choose, what colour should we choose? We'll choose that. What's that? Dark hard pink. Okay, apply. Everything you have to apply. It doesn't necessarily save automatically in Blackboard. So I'm just going to put the description, or you could put information or instructions in here. So here we are on the home page. Cool. And then I think what I might do is put an image in there. If I wanted to just make the image a link, then I'd browse the content collection. If I wanted to actually embed the image, then I would use that symbol. So for the moment, let's embed the image, just because it looks nicer. And I'm going to go to the content collection, because I don't know what the URL is. There are some images in here, and if you weren't as lazy as me, then you would make sure that you actually name your images. I do know what this one is. It should be a pencil, I think. So submit. I could edit actually and call that pencil, which would be a smart thing to do. just going to submit it. Image description, big pencil. And then just insert. Okay, we go further down, so it looks like it has done that. Just going to go further down, and now it's saying, do you want to permit the users to view this content? Well, yes, I do. And you could hide this if you wanted to, and you'll notice that it'll still be there, but it won't come up once you apply it. Track the number of views. It's not really important who looked at this, but if you wanted to see how many people looked at this particular aspect, how many people clicked on it, then you could do that. And then the dates for display. So if you don't want this to show up until week 4 or week 5, then you just put those dates in there. It'll give you, that'll be the date and that'll be the time. So yeah, you can see that's the dates, and then that gives you the 24-hour clock. And that will give you when you want it to actually finish displaying. So some lecturers want to just show a week at a time. So you'll put all the content in, but put these timers on so that it shows on that week for maybe 2-3 weeks or till the end of the course, and then they drop off. Or then it just looks like the new units coming up each week. The issue with making these dates on a week by week or fortnightly basis is that your students, if they're running behind or they're having difficulties or they're extenuating circumstances, you have to go back in here to provide them access. So that can become a little bit annoying. So it's up to you how you operate it, but that's what you can do. And then we just press submit. And let's see where that's... So we've got that front page that we had before. And then we come down to the bottom, and there we go. There's our dark pink. Here we are, and welcome. Cool. So over here you can see this will allow you to move the section up. So if I'm not that, I really want this to be up the top. Fantastic, then that's where it's going to be. If I think, oh no, actually that's really cumbersome, don't like it, then just click over here. And you can see this gives you all the options for editing. So you can edit, which means you can just change the wording or maybe change the image that you wanted to put in there. Don't worry about these for the moment. You can copy it so that you can move it to another page. You can move it to another page, or we can delete it, and I'm going to just delete it. Yeah, do I want to delete it? Yeah, I do. And there you go, it's gone. So that's adding content in Blackboard. You pretty much use the same approach in your assessments, but the next thing we're going to do is a unit outline.